Don't worry, I still have plans to do a spoiler-filled review for Star Wars The Force Awakens, but right now, I just need to take a small break from Star Wars, and what better way to do it than with a David O. Russell film? Joy is the latest film from writer-director David O. Russell and stars Jennifer Lawrence as Joy Mangano, who is the woman responsible for this, the self-ringing mop. It's a little dusty here, so I'm just going to put this away to not interfere with my review. But anyway, it basically follows dust everywhere. It basically follows her life around her family that's very dysfunctional. Both of her parents are divorced. She has her ex-husband living in the basement with her father, played by Robert De Niro. It's a total nightmare, but Joy decides she's gonna really make something of herself because she's been told by her grandmother, you were destined for greatness and to be this great success. So she sets out to basically change things for the rest of her life, and that's the basic summary of the plot. Now, as I mentioned before, this is written and directed by David O. Russell, who, ever since he really got a lot of attention after The Fighter, his career to me has been somewhat of a mixed bag. I thought The Fighter was okay, had many great performances in it, like Christian Bale and Melissa Leo, but I didn't really find it that interesting, honestly. It was a good movie, but didn't really leave an impact on me. I really liked Silver Linings Playbook. I wasn't too kind to it when it first started, but as the movie went on, I was like, you know what, this is kind of good, and I like it. And American Hustle, despite what I said in my review, which you can check out on this channel, it's a piece of shit. It's awful. I mean, it's got really great performances, and it captures the look of the 70s perfectly, but the story is such a mess. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what the character motivations are. You don't care what's going on. It's an absolute mess. And now we have Joy, which, in my opinion, is right around the area of how I feel about The Fighter. Maybe less than The Fighter. It's got some really great performances in it, most notably Jennifer Lawrence, who I'm starting to realize is to David O. Russell what Leonardo DiCaprio is for Martin Scorsese. That one actor that he'll just use over and over again, but hey, if it's someone great like Jennifer Lawrence, you keep it up. And it really does showcase how great of an actress she is. Her performance as Joy is very tough. She's strong-willed. She doesn't let anything really get into her path. And it is really great to see this woman with a shitty lifestyle and kind of a shitty family rise up and make something of herself. It's really fantastic. And all the other actors do a really good job. You got Robert De Niro in here as her piece of shit dad, like this horrible father who really doesn't have that much faith in Joy, she's actually the daughter of his second wife. So goes to show you how great of a dad he is. But he's really great, and sometimes the thing about Robert De Niro in this movie especially is that you sometimes love him, but you also hate him at points. So I think Robert De Niro pulls that off perfectly, and it's nice to see that David O. Russell is providing somewhat good material for Robert De Niro to do. And then the movie also looks really great. There are a lot of beautiful shots, most notably the one that's in the poster. I won't say much, but it's really well shot, well photographed. And I think it is, at points, well made, except it's just not very memorable to me. And that's kind of an issue I have. I'll say this about David O. Russell. One personal issue I have, and this is not a criticism for the movie, in fact, I think this would actually be a benefit to the movie, is his movies, when they feature a dysfunctional family, they're torturous to watch. Like, I cannot bear to watch any of his movies that have a dysfunctional family because most of the time they are horrible human beings, like the family in The Fighter. Like, I hate those women so much. Melissa Leo's character and the sisters in The Fighter, I absolutely hate. And most of the family in Joy here, I hate. It's just like they're either lazy, unencouraging, stupid, or greedy, that it is really torturous to watch. There were points that I wanted to get out of the theater, but if the effect is to make me root for the main character more, then I guess that's a goal accomplished, because I hated them so much that I was really rooting for Joy to make something of herself and basically prove her family wrong. So that, I think, is something, so I think that definitely works. However, there are times where they are a little too cartoonish in their antics, like mainly Robert De Niro's character. There's a scene that's part of a flashback where he just kind of acts a little too unrealistic, and some of the other characters do act unrealistic. So when they feel a little more realistic, I get mad, but when they seem a little too cartoonish, I just don't care. I just go, eh. It's also way too long. It's only 2 hours and 4 minutes, but for some reason it feels like 2.5 hours. I feel like it's a problem with pacing. I felt like they should have handled some scenes a little differently or cut some stuff out, but I think that's going into the realm of, here's what I would have done. But yeah, that's something that I admit, but I just think the movie is a little too long. It just feels too long. And also the humor is often uncomfortable. Like, I found myself not laughing at the stuff that other people around me were laughing at. But when there was something going on that was not meant to be laughed at, for some reason I laughed at that. Maybe because I'm sick, but I felt like some of the moments of humor that were intentional didn't work out too well. But that's just me. So overall, I think Joy, it's a well-made movie, no question about it. It's just, I don't think I'm ever going to remember it. It's got great performances. It looks great. That's pretty much all I can say. I mean, I definitely think this is going to be a great movie for women. It's really an inspiring one. And for them, I would say it's worth checking out. But for everyone else, I'd say watch at your own risk. I don't dislike it at all, but I don't love it. So I'm just kind of in the middle where it's just like, it's okay. I mean, you should know if this is your kind of movie or not. If you love these kinds of movies, you love David O. Russell, then definitely check this out. If not, then it's probably not worth watching. And that's my review for Joy. Now, before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Jason Murphy of Rage Select, Hacking the System, and a couple of other projects for giving a shout out to my website and brand on his site, jasonsmurphy.com. And he described it in a very, let's just say, interesting way. So to him, I say thank you. And if you have discovered this site through him, I say welcome aboard. So I hope you enjoy what you see. And until next time, leave a comment and tell me what you thought of the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? Like, subscribe, share me with your friends. Don't forget to check out my official website, therealmrrobinson.com. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, and Periscope. Also look for me on Geeked Out Nation and Power Tail TV. And this is The Real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one.